Pisces, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't. If I don't find your storyline or wavelength on this reading, check your other major placements. And we're starting off with Urban Crow Oracle for intuitive reading here, and then we'll move on to the more traditional tarot spread with the Waite Smith Deck. We are using that deck to celebrate Smith's work here in Black History Month. I don't know what Rider and Waite did on that deck, but Smith created the most iconic tarot imagery that we have. So, and she was a Black woman. So we're honoring that and calling attention to that contribution. All right, yes. Okay, Urban Crow. Oh, Pisces. So we have memory here. Crows have very good memories, both of people that have treated them well and people that have treated them poorly. So, there's something about memories here, remembering what brings you to life and remembering what has torn you down and harmed you in the past. So there's something about that, some sort of memory coming up, some sort of past situation or past experience coming up to remind you of something. Of course, we can always grow and move past those memories and allow for a new situation to emerge or create new memories. But there is something definitely, memory that may haunt you from the past or may call to you from the past. My favorite thing about good memories is that they remind us that we can experience these emotions again going forward, maybe with different people, maybe in different situations, but it's possible to revisit those positive things. It's also possible to, create new things from the old. I think we might be remembering something a little bit difficult because then we have soar here. We have rising above something, a freedom to go directly towards that which we want, a freedom to move and soar above something, maybe soaring above the less pleasant memories and moving beyond that. Here's the tree, and here's you soaring above this tree, moving on, moving forward. This is frame 1, frame 2. So we're moving on, we're moving forward, we're rising above some past situation and heading towards something we want. There's a blossoming, there's a blooming, there's a sense of growth and expansion here in the soar card. So even though things may be a little cloudy, a little dark, I like how the weather is the same in these two too. It's not always like that in these cards. So the clouds are all the same here. So it does really feel like a continuation. There's been some memories, there's some things in your past that have really marked you and stuck out. And there's a sense of rising and getting to go where you want this time, because maybe last time you're having memories of having been held back before or having not seen some success here, and the soar card is all about success. It's all about moving directly without obstacle towards what you want. And then we have territory here. This is about boundaries, respecting boundaries, establishing boundaries, keeping good boundaries. So maybe there was this, you have memories of having your boundaries crossed, and now you are free to establish good boundaries, clear boundaries, letting people know. Crows are very territorial. There'll be some fuss and the crows know this from both sides, that there'll be some fuss if boundaries get crossed or trampled on. So respecting those boundaries, respecting other people's territory and your territory. And having I like this because both of these cards have a lot of clarity. Like, you know exactly what you want and you're going there. The boundary is very clear. It's not a secret. There's no line in the sand that keeps getting swooshed away and then redrawn someplace else. This is a very clear boundary. Do not cross this. And it's like the good fences make good neighbors. We can sometimes have better relationships with people. In fact, good boundaries are absolutely crucial to good relationships with people, to being treated fairly and making sure you're treating the other person fairly. So nice, clear boundaries being set here. This is going to help you move forward. help you. This is part of you going towards directly what you want, but being very clear about your boundaries. Maybe in the past they haven't been respected. Maybe in the past they haven't been, something happened back there and you have a very clear memory of it. But creating this boundary is gonna, a nice clear boundary. There's clear, clear, clear. I keep hearing that word. It's very clear. Clear boundary, clear direction, clear about what you want. Surprised we don't have the communication card here. But I only let 3 come out, so. All right, Pisces, your past, present, inner landscape. What's the issue? Your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. We got a nice top bunk reading here. This is great. Bottom bunk could have some heaviness to it, but top bunk looks good. All right, we have 2 of Cups. In the past, you have had a deep, soulful connection. This can be quite a rush, quite a honeymoon phase, just this really deep sharing, a bond between 2 people. Kindred spirits, could be soulmates. And there's this little stage here denotes a separation card. So we have this in this deck. So we have this sort of outside of time, outside of constraints of time and space, this connection, this very spiritual, healing, loving, powerful connection with someone, a deep sharing of hopes and fears and dreams, and really being able to share equally with this person, and this moment that's outside of time and space, a place of reconnection with some sort of soul connection that is not diminished by the separations of both in time and in space. So outside of all of that, outside of the ordinary life. And then in your current situation, 7 of Cups. Lots of choices, lots of decisions, what to prioritize, trying to guess what's going to bring you satisfaction, what's going to make you most happy. Feeling a little overwhelmed by either all the options that you have or feeling distracted. There's one clear winner here, right? But there's all these other distracting things. Well, maybe this will make me happy. Maybe this will make me happy. Maybe this will make me happy. Maybe I'll be happy like this. There's one clear thing, but there's a lot of distraction. So this card to me is about prioritizing and prioritizing what's going to make you happy, being able to see obviously happiness is an inside job, right? But I guess what we want, right? And there are some situations in which happiness is easier to accomplish than others, right? That seems pretty obvious. But there's something that you want here, and what is it that you want, and trying to figure out exactly what you want. And it can be a little bit of an overwhelming process. The number of options are surprising, and then just the confusion of what exactly do I want? What exactly do I want out of this situation? So card of trying to figure out what you want and what you want to focus your energies on. And then in your inner landscape, we have the Star card. You're really hoping for a date with destiny, it seems like, or some good luck, something to come along, some sort of a sign. You're looking for a sign. You would really like a sign about what thing to pick, what way to go. It looks like you do have a sign, but you maybe haven't acknowledged it, and you're still wishing for a sign. You're wishing for the star is wish fulfillment, so which is funny because obviously everybody wants wish fulfillment. That's literally the nature of the statement of the term wish fulfillment, right? It's a wish, it's fulfilled. You want your wish fulfilled. But the Star card can also be about some sort of acknowledgement or encouragement from the universe that you're right where you need to be. You're exactly where you need to be. This is fine. You're right where you need to be. And some sort of date with destiny, some sort of confirmation from the universe that this is what's meant to be. And you're meant to be here, and you're in the flow of things. and you're in the right flow. That's what you're looking for. That's your hope. What's at issue here is this reverse chariot. So the reverse chariot, these are our sphinxes. So we're not actually having, you know, 6 horses here charging forward like Ben-Hur. We are having 2 little sphinxes. So in the reverse, we have mysteries not being known, not coming together. Things not coming together. You have not been able to successfully herd your cats and to a way that's going to bring you forward and move. So this is, the chariot can also be a card of wish fulfillment. So you're hoping for some wish fulfillment. This is like, yeah, well, it's not coming together, is it? That you don't have wish fulfillment, which is why you're still wishing for wish fulfillment, because this chariot's in reverse. Things haven't moved forward. Things haven't come together. You haven't been able to get your ducks in a row. You haven't been able to bring things in alignment. Things haven't been aligning. The stars have not been aligning for you for this situation. There's not any sort of fast movement forward. There maybe has needed to be some sort of divine intervention here, and there just hasn't been. So there's a sense of these things just not having come together, things not working well together, the elements just not lining up for this wish to come in. And then there might be a lack of, with the 7 of cups here, we could be talking about, you know, just a lack of clarity, right? Because this is like, it's not really clear what you're supposed to do next, and you're trying to figure it out, but you're trying to think through an emotional process. So your heart's like this one, but your brain's like, but what about this one? Then what about this one? I think I need to make more spreadsheets on this. So you're trying to think through, you know, and it's very confusing, and that's what's confusing the process. Is this is a cups card, and you're trying to think about all the options when it's about a heart decision, not an intellectual decision. So yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense to focus on your money. Yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense to focus on accomplishment and achievement. Yeah, it sure makes a lot of sense to focus on your home. Your heart's calling you to focus on this one thing, but your brain's like, well, what about this thing? What about that thing? What about this thing? So I feel like, you know, things just haven't come together. There hasn't been an alignment here. This just isn't happening yet. You have this wish, you'd like it fulfilled, but nothing's coming together, nothing's being aligned. It's still kind of a bit of a crazy mess. In your situation, in your environment, you have the High Priestess card. This is the second time this session that I have gotten this card in this placement. So this card to me in this placement means that there's stuff you don't know. There's a lot you don't know about the situation. Some of it's unknowable. Some of it could be known. You might have an intuitive hit about something that's going on in a situation, about something that's happening here, but you don't know. You know, you don't really know. So there's like some hint of intuition, but overall there's obfuscation of what's going on. This could be intentional obfuscation. Someone really doesn't want you to know, so they're hiding things from you. Or this could be something like just the universe just has, you know, you got to make this decision. You got to make this decision from the heart because it's the cups. It's the cup suit. So you can't be over intellectualizing it. And that's what I think is bringing the overwhelm here. So we have this cup suit, and it's like the High Priestess to me is the deck that represents tarot itself, and represents tarot, what it's willing to tell you and what it's not willing to tell you. It's always holding back a little, and it wants to reveal. Sometimes it doesn't want to reveal anything. It's just like, you're on your own. You must make this decision blind. So that's a little bit of what I'm getting here, is there's this big decision. You don't have all the information. You know, maybe that's why this is like so frustrating, is you know you don't have all the information. And yet you're still trying to make a decision without all the information here. Even intuitively, you might have a little hit, but you want more information in tarot, and you're just not getting it. You're not getting the more information you need in order to make the decision that you want. Things aren't coming together in order for you to move something forward, and part of that is information. Look, we've got the black and white things, the things we know and that are clear, and the things that we don't know and are obscure and unclear. So we have that dynamic going on. There's things we know and there's things we don't know, and those two things are not coming together, and we're trying to make a decision without knowing everything that we are aware that we need to know. In your to-do list, your greatest potential for growth, the energy calling to you to interact with it for growth is the Nine of Wands. This is the wounded warrior. This is, even though this situation is overwhelming, this is exactly what I was saying though. You're meant to make this decision without all the information you have, without everything you have. The wounded warrior needs rest, needs recuperation, needs healing, but yet it's not available here. Must keep going. So I get this sense that a choice needs to be made, and these ducks aren't going to line up. Your sphinxes aren't going to hitch to each other and start moving forward suddenly. You're not going to get the information that you need. You're not going to get what you need here, but you still have to keep going and you still have to make a decision, even though you're missing a bunch of information. And even though you might be hurt, wounded, weakened state, you're not released from this battle. You're not released from this decision. You're not released from this situation at all. You're still here. You're still fighting. And you must keep going on, and you must keep working with the situation that you have, because it's not, you're not going to get what you need. I mean, the wounded warrior, he doesn't have what he needs. He needs rest. He needs healing. You're not going to get that here. That's not in the cards right here. So there's a sense of needing to keep moving forward, needing to keep fighting for what you believe in, needing to keep going, even though you don't have all the information that you need, and even though there might be things being withheld from you, even though you're not getting this encouragement from the universe, you're not getting this like, yeah, you're in the right place, you're at the right time, you're not getting that moment, even though you're not getting that and that's what you need, you still have to keep moving forward. You still have to keep going with something, even though you're not getting the kudos you want, you're not getting the recognition that you want, you're not getting the encouragement that you want, and things aren't coming together seamlessly. You have to keep going. You're not going to get what you need here, and somehow you still have to find it in yourself to keep moving, keep going in the direction that your intuition's calling you towards. And then where we're headed here, possible outcome, King of Swords energy. So this could be someone you're meeting, or this could be an energy that you yourself are going to be embodying. King of Swords, his sword is about truth and communication. King of Swords has authority. King of Swords has authority to rule, to be in charge of things. And he communicates very clearly. There's no this whole mess here. This King of Swords knows exactly what he thinks, knows exactly what he wants, and communicates it. But the King of Swords is not cruel. His sword is not precise, exact. His sword has this tilt to it, indicating that we're able to deal with extenuating circumstances. We're not just harshly, mechanically applying truth and logic and reason to a situation. We're allowing there to be like extenuating circumstances. We're allowing there to be this unknown part. And even within that unknown part, we're going to speak our truth, even though we don't know everything that's going on, because we understand that. We're going to be speaking our truth, but it's for the good of everyone. There's this real strong sense of leadership here. He leads with truth, leads with his ideas, with a humility and an understanding. There's just a sense of mastery here over communication and over ideas. So, and that's all, it's all communicated very gently, very kindly. He's not here to piss people off. He's not here to just speak his truth and I don't really care. There's a time and a place for that, but this king is not doing that. This is not where he's at. This king is able to handle intellectual ideas, I think, and allow for uncertainty and lead from a place of knowing what he knows and knowing what he doesn't know, and knowing that there's more that he doesn't know about what he doesn't know. Like, there's a humility here. He leads with a sense of humility, understanding. He's smart enough to know he doesn't know everything. So, but that doesn't keep him from leading. He still has this job to do. He still needs to guide his people. He still needs to move forward here. And there's a transformation. This sort of energy can transform a situation, can really rebirth it into something else, as bringing this generosity plus, it's like a mercy and truth together together these things can really change a situation, and it's taking some leadership with the mercy and truth. So this might be you doing this, or it might be you reaching out to someone who deals with intellectual things like a lawyer or a judge or an advisor of some kind, somebody who, a consultant. So you could be reaching out to a consultant who's very smart and knows how to communicate clearly, isn't cruel, but understands the extenuating circumstance life often has for us. Or it could be you stepping into this leadership energy and really transforming a situation by clear, compassionate communication and really coming to understand how a situation is. I also like to see this as a good boundary. Like this King of Swords, he's going to set this boundary. It's going to be fair, it's going to be good, and it's going to be really, really clear. He's a very clear communicator and understands that all situations benefit from clear communication and a clear understanding of what it is that we're doing here and what it is that we want. So we have all this lack of clarity. Basically, this Seven of Cups, this reverse chariot, this High Priestess, this is all a lack of clarity, things you don't know about a situation, things you don't understand. And you have to keep going anyway, even though you're not going to get what you need, the information that you need. But this brings you to this nice, mature place of clarity and clear communication here. So that is coming, but there is like a bunch of confusion going on before we get there. And you're looking for your sign for the universe. You're not getting it, and you still have to keep going. So keep going. There is this King of Swords energy in your future. So, all right, Pisces, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching.